Imagine waking up one morning and half of everything you own is gone. Not stolen in the night, not lost in a flood, signed away on paper with a pen under pressure. That's exactly what happened to Mexico. In less than 2 years, one of the largest nations in the Western Hemisphere lost half its territory. And the story of how it happened, far darker than your history teacher ever told you. Right, so let's go back. It's the 1840s. Mexico is a young nation, barely 2 decades old, still trying to figure out what it even is after breaking free from Spain. The government is unstable, the military is underfunded, and the country is deeply divided between competing political factions. Now, enter the United States, a nation with a very clear idea of what it wants and a philosophy to justify it. They called it Manifest Destiny, the belief, openly stated, that America was divinely chosen to expand from the Atlantic coast all the way to the Pacific. Mexico just happened to be sitting right in the middle of that dream. Here's where it gets interesting. Texas. In 1836, American settlers, who had been invited into Mexican territory, by the way, declared independence from Mexico and formed the Republic of Texas. Mexico never recognized it, never accepted it. But in 1845, the United States annexed Texas anyway. And then, this is the part that gets buried in textbooks, President James K. Polk deliberately provoked a military confrontation on disputed land near the Rio Grande. American soldiers crossed into territory Mexico considered its own. Mexico responded. And Polk stood up in Congress and said, with a straight face, that Mexico had started the war. That's the war we need to talk about, the Mexican-American War, 1846 to 1848. Mexico didn't stand a chance. And I don't say that lightly. I say it because the structural reality was devastating. The U.S. Army was better equipped, better funded, and operating under a unified command. Mexico's military was fragmented. Its generals were fighting each other as much as they were fighting the Americans. The U.S. marched straight into Mexico City. The capital fell. And at that moment, Mexico faced a choice no sovereign nation should ever have to face: negotiate or cease to exist entirely. In February 1848, Mexico signed the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, and what they gave up is almost incomprehensible. California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, parts of Colorado, Wyoming, and Kansas. Over 500,000 square miles of land. Gone. In exchange, $15 million. That's it. Now, here's the twist that makes this story genuinely haunting. Just 9 days before that treaty was signed, gold was discovered at Sutter's Mill in California. The California Gold Rush, one of the most valuable land events in human history, and Mexico had just handed it over. They didn't know. They couldn't have known. But history is rarely kind. So why did Mexico lose so much territory so quickly? It wasn't just military defeat. It was a collision of a fractured young nation against an empire-minded neighbor with the ideology, the army, and the political will to take what it wanted. The borders you see on a map today, they weren't drawn by geography. They were drawn by power. And that, right there, is what this channel is all about. Because when you understand how borders were made, you start to understand why the modern world looks the way it does.